My name is Daniel Levitan. I'm here today to defend myself against the horrific accusation that Vivian Withington has made up against me, which led me to be unjustly imprisoned for 3.5 months. Vivian, over the past few days, you shared your twisted side of the story to the media. After all your lies, I can no longer keep quiet. It is the time for the public to know the truth and what really happened. We met through an app called Bumble, which people find to have a romantic relationship with. For 4 months, we talked online. You was always very insistent. You sent me messages all the time and wanted to see me. In March, I arrived to Mexico on a vacation, and on the night of the 31st of March at 11 p.m., you took a ferry 45 minutes from Cozumel to Playa del Carmen in order to meet me and hook up in the hotel. I wanted to go have a drink first before headed to the hotel, but you insisted to go hook up in the hotel first. Little did they know that I was walking into a trap. On the hotel cameras, you can see us arriving to the hotel joyfully together. You paid $150 with your own money in order to be added to my room as a guest. In the room, I went to take a shower and you threw yourself at me right when I got out. When we started having sex, I noticed that you had a strange look in your eyes, and I felt some bad vibes coming from you. I asked you what is wrong, but you continued as everything was fine. I immediately disengaged from your embrace. Then you felt rejected, and you began to say that you want me to be your man. A situation that was very concerning to me since I felt it was too early and you've been very pushy. You began to say things that did not make any sense, like that my friends were outside watching us. It seems that is you have a paranoia. Did you really think that my friend was outside of the room? Then you got even more upset and keep saying that my friend saw us. I mentioned again that I have no friends in Mexico. I did not understand what's happening to you. And I was suggesting that we should go to the hotel restaurant to chill out. And we peacefully went to the front desk to ask where was the restaurant or where we can get a drink. Then you start talking to them in Spanish, which I do not speak. I asked you, what were you saying? You said that you told them about my supposed imaginary friends. You told them that you thought I have recorded you. And then I showed you that I did not record you. You didn't say anything about a rape, a violence, because you knew that such things have never happened. You're a 29 years old, educated woman, 3 years older than me. If you really got raped as you falsely claimed, why you did not complain, call the police, or just simply leave their hotel? You decided to stay in the same hotel. You were not far from home. You had plenty of people to call, and you could have just complained to the people of the front desk that we was talking to. Over the past couple of days, you became so desperate that you're saying that I tried to kill you. Logically, if someone violently rapes someone, there will be traces of violence or vaginal evidence of damage. However, that did not happen. The medical reports, as well as the prosecution and the doctor points out that you simply had an intercourse 24 hours before, and there is signs of a proper lubrication. Reports also mentioned that you had an infection, but there is no sign of physical violence or any signs of rape because there was no violation and there was no rape. By the way, why didn't you claim that I tried to kill you in the police report? It is one of your latest fabrication you made up. You know that I am innocent and that my lawyer defended me correctly. There is no evidence against me, period, which is why I'm free. I am sharing the truth and my side of the story so people can see how vulnerable a man can be to the lies of a corrupt and greedy woman. You know that you paid the prosecutor Neil that you imprisoned me. They locked me up for 2 days while the prosecutor Nilda Devica Ruiz Cundarias and her coordinator worked on framing me. This is not the first case where Licenciada Nilda has falsely incriminated innocent men and put him in jail. Their testimony will be released to the public very soon alongside with mine. Vivian, I request you, stop lying. You will no longer try to extort money from us. I will not be your man. Leave me alone. You take advantage of the fact that my family was far away. I was alone in a country I do not know. I wasted several months in jail for something I did not do. I was in prison in a tiny cell with 8 people in a constantly heat and humidity, and it was so dirty. And I am the victim of injustice and corruption as a result of your evilness. I was arrested illegally without a warrant. 4 police officers without uniforms who did not speak English arrested me. Had I thought I did something wrong, I would run away to the United States, which I could have done as an American citizen. Instead, I stuck around, enjoyed my vacation, and then on the 5th of April, 2 years later, I was suddenly arrested with no warning, and they did not have an arrest warrant, and I had no idea why I got arrested. I got in their car, not knowing the nightmare that was awaiting me. As the prosecution office, I asked several times, what did I do wrong? But they put me in a tiny cell without telling me anything. They had me detained for days until the public ministry Nilda de Vica Ruiz Cundarias came to the cell and began to make fun of me, saying that I will stay in jail for the rest of my life. She laughed at me so loud, and I still didn't understand what's happening. Now I know that you sent her and she planned everything with you. They had me locked up and they treated me like a piece of dirt. 2 days later, on April 7th, I thought that they would finally release me. I lost track of time because they took my belongings and my cell phone from me as soon as I arrived. When I was walking to the exit, thinking that everything is over and I'm free again, the prosecutor told me that I am arrested since they have an arrest warrant against me for a suspect of rape. Even that I explained that I am innocent, they ignored me and asked me for money. They put me in their vehicle and took me to the worst place in the world. Vivian, you brought 3.5 months of suffering upon me for no reason. You either pay them to do this and use your contacts of your parents at the prosecutor office. Just to make sure I suffered more, you and your lawyers pushed off my trial an extra month, saying that you need to gain further evidence. However, 1 month later, your lawyer showed up to the trial without further evidence. Because I'm innocent, there is no evidence. In your psychological test made by the prosecutor office, it says that you are a narcissistic person and that you are not mentally well. This is the bottom line truth. There is no evidence against me because I did not violate you. I would never do something like that. The human rights and the women's rights movement are the 2 most important movements ever made by humanity. By lying about an alleged rape, you're abusing these wonderful movements for your own greed and ego. Because of a woman like you who abuse the system, other women who are truly being hurt will not be believed. Enough of your lying. I left jail because I am innocent. It's time for the prosecutor Nilda to return my cell phone. It is mine, and you hold it from me illegally. I thank to all those people who have been supportive throughout this time, and I pray for all those people who suffer from injustice due to corruption, obsession, and hate. I am innocent. Those months of pain, nobody can bring back to me. Vivian, it's time for you to stop lying in press conferences. Even the interviewer feels that you're lying. It's time for you to stop slaughtering my name. It's a crime. It's time for you to stop lying and make people do what you want them to do. Enough is enough. This injustice and corruption must stop now.